Alright guys, good morning. It's Monday, November 7th. Typically a good day, you know, in the rut. So we're gonna see. The problem is it's between 64 and 67 degrees right now at 4:15 in the morning. So, but we're going hunting. I got a decent buck that my brother saw in the fields, in the soybean fields with doe behind the house down on the farm yesterday evening, about 10:30, 20 to 11 at the vine and the tree line when he was going downhill. And then David got a pretty decent buck down in between the ponds. So they're moving. Problem is they're moving at night. So we're gonna get up in the back behind the house this morning. We're gonna head up to a muddy hang-on stand, which is near the buddy stand, and see what happens. We're gonna take our time. It's hot, so I'll see you guys when I'm down there. I'm finally all settled up in a stand. As you can tell, we're up by the interstate again. It's 25 after 5. Sunrise is about sunrise is about 6:40-ish. Legal shooting is about 6:15. So we got a little time to sit here, relax, cool off. It's really hot. It was like 65 degrees walking back here. I took my time, but still sweating. So it's crazy. November 7th and it's 65 degrees and I'm sweating in a tree stand. So can't even put my hat on yet because it's just that warm. But we're settled up in here. There were 3 sets of eyes at the top of that small food plot right up above the tower stand. So I turned my light off because we got a full moon, and I walked up to the stand here in the dark and then turned the light on when I started climbing. So got a couple buck cages out on either side of the stand here. Our killer food plots out in front of us, soybean out in front of us. We'll see what happens. The deer were moving in the evening and at night, so we'll see if anything moves once we hit daylight. I'm going dark. I'll see you when this black stuff goes away. It's legal shooting. It's about 20 after 6 right now. Haven't gotten any more deer on the cameras up here. Down our buddy Daryl's been getting some buck moving down there on the reveal over the food plot. But I'll sit for a while, see what happens. It's the rut. Despite the warm weather, the deer are going to be pushing. Hopefully one comes through here. Like I said, we're probably about 25 yards from the bottom of our killer food plot. I can shoot into that plot. I can shoot right here. If you remember, I think it was last year. Yeah, it was last year. I was sitting in this stand the first day of my vacation. Had a nice 8-pointer come up chasing a doe. And I took a shot at it. Really, really close. And real steep downward angle, 1/4 and 2. And initially I thought I hit it well, but after I watched the footage and Ned came and helped me, we found minimal blood, and it was just like a, you know, kind of blood that you get if you cut your finger or something. And you could see I just grazed it off the shoulder blade, so ended up seeing that deer later in the season chasing does out here in this soybean field. But I'm gonna sit tight. Hopefully I can make it. I'm having little problems with my leg this morning. No pain in the back or, you know, no nerve pain. It's just a lot of cramping in the muscles. So I'm having to sit here and rub it and stand up, and I'm not sure if that's from just walking and not being used to it, which very well could be. So I'm gonna try and sit, relax, have a little coffee, enjoy the morning. Hopefully we see some deer. Breakfast. The Black Panther got something this morning already, so maybe that's a good luck sign. That was pretty cool. I didn't expect that. Looks like he got himself a nice field mouse. Deer down here. Very nice buck. Well, we saw a deer, and it was a buck. Pretty cool. He came out of that bottom patch of woods there. I thought maybe he would come across. He started angling just a little bit away from me. I grunted at him a couple times, and he heard him. And I grunted at him down here along the edge of the woods, and he stopped. He looked hard up here. I thought maybe he was going to come up the edge. But then it looked like he was walking away from me, heading to that other small field. So pretty cool though. Big forks, nice sized deer. Saw one brow tine, so it's a legal buck, but it looks like he's just a 5-point. Well, it's 9:30. I've been sitting in this tree stand since 5:30. Started getting light out that I could see really good, and at 6, and saw that one little buck, but I haven't seen anything since. So I think what I'm going to do is start packing up and climb down, take a slow walk out of here, get something to eat, and then figure out where I'm going to sit for the evening. It's just warm, and these deer are bedded down right now, I think. So beautiful day. You can want to go for like a hike, or spend the day outside doing some yard work or something like that, but for hunting it's a little too warm. Well, I'm back out for the afternoon. It's about 12:30ish, so I'm parked up on top here where I would normally go back to the top of this soybean, but what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go in to my brother's ladder stand in between these 3 ponds. Got that 1 8-pointer on the camera about 9:45 this morning, so I'm gonna sneak in there quiet and hopefully not bounce any deer, and see what doesn't happen tonight. I got a sore leg today, so I don't know what's going on. Muscles are cramping bad, So getting up into a lock on this evening or the saddle might be a little too iffy, so I need a ladder stand, so we're gonna go give this a try. Let's see. It's 5 after 1. I'm all settled in the stand here, so got the small pond up to my right, big pond right here in front of me to the left, and then the other pond kind of out in front of me to my right. Bunch of thick bedding over here to my left, and a bunch of thick bedding right in front of me between the ponds here. This morning, David's reveal cell camera is right down here, and that 8-pointer was following a doe right through here, so not sure if we're going to see him tonight, but I'm in here to give it a shot, see what happens, and hopefully we get a chance at a deer tonight. Like a spike, real small spikes, came across the top of that big pond. It went into the thick stuff over there. I thought it was a doe at first. Over here to my left, and went up onto the bank and came across here. She kept going that way, and the two little ones started playing, chased each other. They're all the way over on the other side there, like two little kids running around. Well, that's a pretty cool sight to end the evening with that nice herring just hanging out in the pond over there, and full moon up over the trees. So that's gonna do it for me for tonight. Saw a couple deer, no shots, but we'll see. Gotta figure out where I'm gonna go tomorrow. I made it up to the tree. Unfortunately, this big field out in front of me. The whole thing was full of deer. There must have been about, I don't know, 8, 9 deer in it. I don't know if any of them were buck, but one deer blew. They all ran into the soybean field on the other side of the tree line onto our farm. So I don't know what I'm going to see today. Tickle this a little bit. You heard that. Looking. Saw a buck. He was legal. It was a nice 6-point. Came through the tree line over there. I'm not sure if he came through by our muddy set or not, but check my phone here in a minute. And he was coming up the tree line. I thought maybe he would have come right up to the corner, but he cut across too far out, and he couldn't hear the grunt call with this freaking interstate. He got down there, so I rattled, and he heard that, and it got his attention for a little bit, but I pushed the envelope just a little too much, and he didn't like that last little set of tickling of the rattling there. So what are you gonna do? You gotta try something. Got a deer down here, small buck. That's buck number 3. That one came through the tree line. Looks like below the muddy stand stayed even further out than that other buck. The first one we saw, and we went across. I say buck number 3 because shortly after that first buck ran down into the bottom, I didn't even have time to get the camera on because it just came out nose down out of the bottom, down by my brother's ladder stand. And I put the binoculars up quick just to see if it was the same one. And it was a different buck. I had never seen him before. It looked like a 7 or an 8 pointer, nice deer. And he went right back in the woods, and I've never seen him after that. So that's the first deer we've seen. Since 7 o'clock this morning, and it's 25 to 9 right now. So, seeing some, but it's just a slow morning for as nice the weather is right now with the temperatures, cold, it's the rut. Should be seeing more deer activity, and we're not. I don't understand it. I looked over here to my right, and there was a deer coming up the tree line, coming right into the corner of the woods by the food plot. That's buck number 4. And he come right in. Perfect. We just need a bigger buck to do that. It is 10 o'clock, and I haven't seen any deer since that little buck come right past me here. I think it's, well, I know it is. I'm going to pack up, climb down, take a slow walk out of here. Gonna run home and check on Sadie, get some lunch. It's election day, so I'm going to go vote, and then get back out in the woods somewhere this afternoon. So I'll see you guys wherever I end up this afternoon. Well, I am heading in for the afternoon hunt. I am going in where I shot my doe earlier in the season. So a lot of deer sign back in here, and with as many doe as I saw that day, there's got to be a buck here somewhere. So a lot of trails, a lot of signs. So I'm gonna get sneaking and get settled in here, and we'll see what happens. This is the same spot where I shot my doe earlier in the season. A lot of deer sign down in here. Some fresh rubs over there. I didn't really stomp around too much to look for scrapes, but because it's really dry down in a lot of spots and noisy. But it's a swampy area. I got some water over to my left. It was a little muddy where I was coming in. There are some boot tracks down in here, so there's been other people hunting down in here, so I'm sure there's some pressure, but there's still plenty of deer tracks in the sand mound behind me, so I would imagine the deer are still coming through here. So hopefully we see some deer tonight, and we have some good luck that a nice buck comes through and we can make a good shot on it like we did our doe. There's a deer up on the hill there. Well, we saw a deer so far. Yeah, it looks like one of those little ones that were down here bedded, sneezing and sleeping that time I shot my doe. Keeps looking back down the hill, so I wonder if there's more deer not too far behind it. I got a bear coming. Of course, bear season's done. Well, a little late on the bear season for archery. That's not cool when you're walking out in the dark, though. I got a buck right here. He's going away. That was a nice buck. 7 or 8 points. I'll tell you what, if that deer would have came this way, I probably would have took a shot if I had one at it. I got the blood pumping. Sneaking through this thick stuff right here, but instead of coming this way, he went down along the creek and he crossed down through there, and I apologize. I had a hard time finding him in that thick stuff there, but when I could see that white, polished white rack, he stuck out like a sore thumb. I could still see him walking around down there, but he's all the way at the other end of that meadow. Well, I think that's going to do it for me for tonight. I'm surprised I even saw that deer with this bear down in here. But that deer went the other way, so. All right, guys, I'm going to start packing up.